Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome to another episode from me, Avomance, in the Minecraft Magic series. And today we are going to be looking at just one single weapon, the bow, all the enchantments that we can put on the bow and what they do. As always, we are coming over to our AFK Fish Farm because in this chest we have got magically all of the things that we need. So just going to take all of these very quickly. And we are going, oh, didn't want that though, did I? Let's get rid of that. That's fine. And we are going to come over to our anvil. I'm just going to sneak over the top. And we're going to grab a bow, which is in there, and a load of arrows, because we probably will like to shoot those too. So the first thing we're going to put on our bow, this is just a standard bow there. We're going to put, what should we put? Let's put on power. So this is a power 5. This is the maximum you can get for power on a bow. Now power, as it probably sounds, increases the damage that you will make when you shoot an arrow at a mob or something that you want to kill a lot. So I'm going to explain exactly how that works. First off, let's just grab my bow. Here we go. I've got some arrows. So with this bow, if I fire a bow without any enchantment on it whatsoever at full charge, and full charge is when you pull it right open and it starts to wobble like that. At full charge, you're going to do 9 hit points. That's 4.5 hearts worth of damage. If you've got power 1, that means that you do 25% plus 1 of that level, because each level gives you 25% plus 1 extra damage. So power 1 does 25% plus 1, so it's 25 plus 25%, so it's 50% more. So that's 14 hit points or 7 hearts. Then power 2 gives 75% more, or 16 hit points, 8 hearts. Power 3 gives 100%, it doubles the amount of damage, 18 hit points, that is 9 hearts. You're starting to really hurt people now. Power 4, 125% higher, so that's 20 hit points you're going to whack off someone, that is 10 hearts. And finally, power 5, which this fella is, that is 150% stronger than an unpowered bow. So that's 23 hit points or 11.5 hearts. Let's shoot that in the air. Awesome. So the next one we're going to do, let's use this one just for lulz, is punch 2. So now punch is quite interesting. Punch will allow you to push back the... Oh, almost lost it then. Push back the player or the mob that you are fighting. So it's a bit like a knockback type of enchantment. And you've got 2 levels on punch. That is punch 1 and punch 2. So this is punch 2. So combined with power 5, that means you're knocking this player back quite a long way and it can't get to you. It's really good if they're meleeing you, because if you hit them with punch, they can't get anywhere near you. The next progressive enchantment is Unbreaking. Now this has 3 levels that you can get on Unbreaking, and we've spoken about that in a previous episode, but essentially, just to go over it again, it causes a reduction in the chance of the bow, or whatever it is that you've got Unbreaking on, of actually taking damage, a reduction in its durability every time you use it, which is brilliant. So for example, if it is a Unbreaking 3, that will give, listen to the maths, 100 divided by the level plus 1%. So if you think level 3, level plus 1 is 4. So 100 over 4 is 25. So it has a 25% chance of actually taking damage, which means it's got a 75% chance of not taking damage. That, for me, is perfect. The next one is flame. Now flame, as it sounds, will cause the bow to shoot an arrow that is on fire. So if I just fire this bow like that, boom. See, so the arrow is now always going to be on fire. Now, if you were to shoot that at an enemy, it would give the normal amount of damage plus an additional 5 hit points, so 2.5 hearts of damage over 5 seconds. So that can be quite devastating, especially if you combine that with punch and more specifically power. What's also interesting is you can do some additional things with it. The first thing you can do is you can light a campfire that is not lit. So if that's gone out and maybe you put water on it, or you put a splash potion of water over there, if you fire a burning arrow at it, that will relight that campfire. Now it looks like it's lit twice. That's because the arrow itself is burning. That will eventually despawn. The other thing that's quite fun, if you can see that little bit of red in the distance, that will get that TNT going and keep it very excited. so you can get people from a distance. The next thing is a choice. You can either have one or other of these enchantments. The first one is Mending. So if you use a Mending book on a bow, that means that you cannot use the Infinity. And if you use Infinity on a bow, you cannot use Mending. So decide what is most important for you. Mending first of all. Now Mending means that the damage that you get to a bow, the durability loss that you get on your bow, can be replaced and mended using the XP that you get from, well, pretty much anything really, especially if you kill mobs or if you go mining or you're in an XP farm. If you've got your bow in your hand or you've got it in your offhand, that means that you can have this bow fixed slowly over time with the XP. So effectively you only ever need one bow. However, you do need to keep using arrows. So the alternative is Infinity. Now Infinity uses up the durability of your bow, although if you've got Unbreaking it takes a long time, but you only ever need one arrow because that arrow never gets used up. So I'm going to use Infinity on this bow. If I then throw those arrows away, I've only got one arrow. Oh, if I can actually get rid of all the arrows, get rid of that, there we go. So all those arrows, I've only got one arrow in my inventory, and yet if I keep firing, I can fire as many arrows as I want because it is an infinite amount. That was quite good, wasn't it? They go quite high. It's an infinite amount of arrows, even though I've only got one in my inventory. Just to confirm, see, only one. Can I get it on top of that platform? Yes, I can. Now, there is one thing you don't really want to put on your bow, but they quite commonly do come along, and that is a curse. There's binding and there's vanishing. Now I put curse of binding on here, but it doesn't really matter if it isn't a piece of armor because it means that you can't take the piece of armor off. A curse of vanishing, however, is a little more sinister. If you then die and you drop this curse of vanishing bow, that means you will never ever see it again because it disappears into the ether. It's gone, it vanishes, it is no more. The curse of vanishing literally makes the bow vanish. So there you have it. Power, punch, flame, infinity and or mending and unbreaking are the enchantments that you can put on your bow. They are brilliant, and I personally think the bow is my favourite weapon. Pretty much everything. I'm a bit of a sniper, you see. I'm not very good with a sword, so bows are OP. If you have enjoyed this video, please do remember to slap that like button. It'd be great to know you're enjoying it, and I will keep on making them. Also, if you've not done it already, please do hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to see you in my sub club, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.